Well, as you can
Right?
see, life is very unpredictable. When my father was in the hospital and he was getting ready to pass from this life into his next life, he picked up a pear slice, he dipped it into ketchup, and he asked me if I wanted a French fry. I tactfully declined, but he wanted reassurances that I would be okay when he left this world and moved into the next one. And so I didn't want to really want to tell him that I just quit my job so that I could be with him. So I left the room and I kind of stood out in the hallway and I prayed this out to the universe. I said, please, please give me some kind of reassurance that I can give my dad that I will be okay and that I will have a clear path for my future. And it wasn't long until I heard this voice, and this voice said, "You will become a clown and spread peace and goodwill to the world." To which I replied, "You cannot be serious. There's no way I can be a clown. I am 50 years old. I mean, how do you even put makeup on old wrinkly skin? I can't juggle, and my shoe size is only size 8. So I did what most people do when they pray. I asked for a second opinion." So I said, "If this is really you, can you send me some kind of a sign? I need a sign." And so I waited and I didn't get a sign. So I walked out to my car. And as I'm getting into my car, this little yellow smart car pulls up and 15 little men jump out. Surely this is not my sign. So I decided to go to Walgreens and to pick up a prescription. And as I'm standing at the counter, I look down and there's all these little red noses. And the clerk says, "Would you like to buy a nose for Red Nose Day?" And I said, "No, thank you." And so I'm walking out to my car to get back into the car. And then at that moment, I slip on a banana peel, come crashing down to the ground. The clerk came out. "Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay?" I said, "Yes, yes, I'm fine." He reached in his pocket. He pulled out a red nose and he threw it at me. And he says, "Looks like you could use this." So 7 months later, I'm sitting on an airplane bound for Moscow, Russia. And I meet up with that famous clown doctor, Patch Adams, and 35 other clowns. Now, I'll admit I was really nervous to do this because I didn't know the first thing about becoming a clown. And Patch Adams pulled me aside and he said, "You are much better than you think you are." And I witnessed that firsthand. 35 of us clowns, we piled into this bus and we started to head to this little orphanage. On our way, we came to a stop at a stoplight and I decided to look out the window. And as I looked out the window, I noticed at the bus stop, there was this little old lady and she was holding a bag of groceries. And I started to peck on the window. And she noticed and she looked up and she had this very astonished look on her face, like she had just seen a bunch of people who escaped from Cirque du Soleil. She was scared to death. And I started to wave at her. And she was like, she started to wave back. And I started to wave a little bit faster. And she waved a little bit faster. And then all of a sudden, all of the clowns on the bus turned to look at the old woman and they all started to wave. Just about that time, the light changed. And as the light changed, the bus pulled away. The old woman sat down on the park bench and she started to cry. Now, why she started to cry, maybe we reminded her of the circus when she was little. Maybe that was the first time that particular day that somebody actually noticed her. Or maybe she was just happy that she wasn't kidnapped by a bus full of clowns. How many times have we all refrained from doing something because others have told us that we're no good at it and we believe it? If you had told me 10 years ago that I would be dressed as like this every single day at the age of 50, I would have said you were crazy. When most men go through a midlife crisis, they buy like an expensive car, they date somebody who's 35 years younger. I became a clown. And you know what? I'm better than I thought I would be. And you are better than you think you are. So go out today and find your joy. I have been Bullseye the Clown. If you liked me, if you didn't, I'm Ronald McDonald. Thank you.
Oh, that was just great.